But yesterday, I think, really sums up the whole argument. He's hit in the throat in the bottom of the second inning. He goes yard in the third and fourth. Like that, to me, of all we've been talking about with Cal Raleigh, that is the essence of why he is the MVP. Because in the top of the inning, he gets literally hit in the throat with a baseball. Because that's what happens when you're a catcher. He takes a moment. Trainer comes out. He's like, I just need a second. I've been hit in the throat with a baseball.
In the esophagus. In the esophagus. Like right in the esophagus.
I now have an esophageal bruise. Just give me a minute. All right, I'm good. Let me finish catching the rest of this half inning, and then I'll go out and hit a home run, and then another home run, and first pass Mickey Mantle, and then tie Ken Griffey Jr. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's why he's the MVP.
And you know what, Michael? You can see it, and I can see it. Lyle can see it, and Maura can see it. The millions of Mariners fans all over the world, if they're watching, they can see it. But most baseball fans, and maybe even a lot of those MVP voters, they don't see that. Mm-hmm. For a sport that loves all of their cute little numbers, all their OPS plus, or WRC plus. They think
I don't think you need to make fun of those numbers. They're pretty important.
Yeah, since when did you start going to war on advanced stats?
You don't need to go about those numbers. They're pretty important.
Lyle, I'm at war with the bots right now. Bots are coming after me. Okay, I tweeted last night, so bots from all over the world are coming after me. Yeah, AI's coming after me. They're all coming after me.
AI is.
Wow. So here's the challenge. Honestly, a sport that does and is able to, because of 162 games, because of all of the moments, they are able to quantify all of these stats and next level stats and all of them. But you can't quantify that.
Sure.
You just can't.
No.
And therefore, like you make these arguments. And yes, Aaron Judge is having yet again a superhuman season with his WRC plus, with his OPS plus, with these things that tries to level the playing field of where he gets to hit and Cal gets to hit and all of it. He's having yet again a just monumental season. But you know what he doesn't do? That every single night, let alone manage people. You know what also can't be quantified? How he has to manage an entire staff and manage people. I mean, it's unquantifiable. So you get into these debates and my blood pressure rises and I get really frustrated because it's just, many people just simplify it and boil it down to, it's just this. So why do I go bump, 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 bump? Because those people on that side just go bump, 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 bump. And then I want to add a little harmony. I want to add a little context. I want to add, what was the word that Jeff used the other day? A little nuance to it. And you can't, because those things are unquantifiable. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's it.
I think you're right.
It's been an emotional run for me.
Clearly. Are you okay? What's going on with you, man? Like, today should be a happy day. Cal, 10 in a row,
because he's the MVP of the league. Open your eyes. He's the MVP of the league. If you watch baseball and what he is asked to do, I've said this and I've used this analogy 100 times. Okay, Aaron Judge is Myles Garrett. Aaron Judge is TJ Watt. Aaron Judge is, Reggie White or JJ Watt in their prime with 20 sacks. It's monumental. It's phenomenal. That's great. And, let's say he's Reggie White or, Michael Strahan with 20 sacks. Then Cal is like the 17 sack guy. But, oh, by the way, he also catches 100 balls for 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns on the other side. Like, he's doing both of those things. And, again, that's just not quantifiable in this debate necessarily, or certainly used by, I think, the national voices or – I hope the writers, that's why I've asked Jeffrey this a bunch every Tuesday. It's a lot less writers, right? I mean, what is it, about 100 or so that vote on these MVPs? I hope, unlike the AP voters who don't know that Florida lost and moved them up in the rankings, right? I hope these MVP
this
writers
group takes it pretty seriously, I would say. Yeah. If anything, they take it too seriously at times. I mean, like, they believe they're they sacred hold the keys to the whole. I mean, like, it's a lot. They take it pretty seriously. No, look, man, I'm with you, and I do believe. First of all, I think he's going to win the MVP. Well, I don't know. Aaron Judge is in New York. The New York thing just can't. There's no way to talk about things that can't be quantified. There's no way to quantify the love that baseball writers have for somebody who plays in New York. But outside of that, I agree with you. I think Cal is the MVP, and if he's not, I think every single person in that clubhouse is going to know that it's garbage because they know what he means, right? I mean, regardless of whether he wins the MVP or not, every single person in the Mariner organization, everyone who is around Cal Raleigh on a day-to-day basis will know just how important he is. And yesterday's a great example. Yeah, he gets hit in the neck and comes back and hits 2 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, he's not one to want to take a little time, and he said, I need a second. But that's all he took was a second, to be honest. He's tough. He's as tough as nails, and he's so durable back there. He knows that's part of the job. But to do that and then the next half inning come out there and hit a home run it says a lot about the kind of fight that's in that guy and his desire to win.
So does he blame Logan Gilbert for the problem yesterday, Brock, for getting hit in the neck?
No, I got to be better. I just got to keep my head down. I tried to, I got down late, kind of moved on me, and I was trying to track it instead of just keeping my head down. So one of those things, catchers, it happens every once in a while, not that often. So.
You said everybody in that clubhouse, Salk, would know how meaningful he is. He's the most meaningful person, or how much he means to them. Again, the word is not the most meaningful person. The award is the most valuable person. And the amount of value that he brings into many of these things that are just, I'll say it again, that are just unquantifiable to the day-to-day fan or the day-to-day numbers and even the next level numbers. They just don't quantify how unbelievably valuable he is. And then, oh, by the way, after a day off, after 2 rough road trips, after winning all of these games at home and all this goodwill, you know what he did not allow to happen? To go on the road and fall back into that in game 1 of this first road trip. The most meaningful road trip of them all. He went out and absolutely mashed.
Yeah, he ended it early. I mean, like that game was over before it started.
Oh, by the way, from both sides.
Yes.
Doing something never done in the history of the game as a switch hitter. Doing something never done in the history of the game as a catcher. Like, I feel like, honestly, you know what this feels a little bit like? This feels like, you remember when I went to Dallas and I had to sit in the playoff committee, the faux playoff committee.
Yeah.
But it was like done exactly like they still do it today. It was awesome. What a great experience. We got to live that out. And, man, Chris Spielman and I went at it.
It was like your mock UN, model UN.
Yes, it's exactly what it was, because I was fighting for Boise State at that time, for Boise State, who was like undefeated and 13-0, and he was like, they're whack. They're in the whack. It doesn't matter, they're whack. And he's just making my blood boil. And I was just getting, up in arms because they're deserving of it. And Cal Raleigh is deserving of the MVP this year. When you're doing something that has never been done in the history of the game, and not even by a little bit, Salk, when you're starting to now obliterate these numbers, no other catcher for a reason, because it's brutally hard to do what they've done. Nobody, even the great Johnny Bench, never neared 50 home runs. Cal's nearing 60. And I'm not betting against him now. And I said if he broke Ken Griffey Jr.'s record, right, if he got to 57, which I think was about my number, 56, 57, but if he broke it, he's the MVP. Now I think, that may be possible. I think there's a lean there, but you get to 60 and do something 8 men, regardless of position, and most of them steroided out of their minds. That's it. And you get to 60, then it's over. It is OVA, over. There's no way he can't not win the MVP.
I'll never bet against the New Yorkers' love of New York, man. They never want to bet against that.
Yeah, I hope you're right, Brock, but I think you got to go make some calls to the odds makers, because the odds are still very much in Judge's favor.
Well, we'll see where it goes.
I'll say that, you know what? I'll say this about Judge. He's a classy, stinking dude. And it is different playing in New York, Salk, under that microscope every single day.
Absolutely.
He absolutely does.
But there's turning around culture in Seattle. There's, you could make an argument part of this award should go to Cal for the contract he signed before the year that seemed to turn things around. Jason Stark wrote about that in an article today on Cal. Like, the value Cal adds is in a lot of different ways. And so you're right. Some of it's quantifiable and some of it is not. Yesterday, though, was pretty quantifiable, certainly when he hit the 2 home runs, and then not quantifiable when you learn that he got hit in the neck right before hitting one of them. So, yeah, awesome. it's pretty amazing.
Ours, man, and he is ours. Born and bred here, developed here, taking those steps here, as Passon said. I was looking at his numbers, Salk. Right, like his first couple years, even when he hit 30 bombs, it was like 3 from the right side, 4 from the right side. You started to see it last year start to climb, and then this year,
it's 20. 20 from the right side or 21 from the right side. I mean, like, it's just ridiculous. It's really, really absurd what Cal has done.